I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like told me, keep on running toes, they gon' take a few to lose. Built to win, applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Applied myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Okay, we here. Welcome. This is Unfazed. I'm JJ. It's my boy Ajae. We got a great episode for y'all today. NBA playoffs still here. NFL draft just passed. But look, I'm doing good. Y'all see me, I'm all smiles. I have no dogs in these fights. I'm sitting back, kicking back, relaxing with no stress. But my boy Ajae, I'm curious to see how he's doing because his Lakers, man, I mean, they're on the verge of history. But how you doing, my boy?
Man, on the verge of the wrong side of history, right? Man, oh man. I'm doing all right, though, man. We going to get to the Lakers, of course, today. We got some fun topics to get into, and that's one of them. And I'll save my remarks for the Lakers when that topic comes about because I have a lot to discuss as far as they are concerned. They've been ticking me off a little bit, you know what I mean? But that is what it is, Joe, man. I'm excited for the show. I'll say that, man. Like I said, we got the playoffs to talk about. We got the NFL draft to talk a little bit about. So you see I got my bird stuff on today. You know what I mean? You know, I'm representing. You know what I mean? So I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Let's get it. Now, look, man, let's get to the first topic. The first topic we got today is T-Wolves, man. Mm-hmm. Minnesota Timberwolves. Anthony Edwards and DiVincenzo goes down in game four. And then AO just went crazy.
Yep.
All right, dropped I think the Minnesota Timberwolves high in playoff points off the bench. Shout out to him. But then Denver turned around and got the dub. Now it's 3-2. Denver and Timberwolves play today. Now, AJ, you got some interesting thoughts on this series because you picked the Timberwolves to win this series, and you were looking like you were going to be a prophet. 3-1. 3-1 deficit they had. Denver did. So, AJ, my question to you is, without Anthony Edwards, without Dante DiVincenzo, can the T-Wolves survive and move on to the next round?
And now, without AO, too, because he's out for today.
Ooh.
He's out for today's game. So, the answer to this question, the moment Anthony Edwards went down and I noticed what the injury was, you know, you've been watching sports and you played a little bit and you see stuff, you kind of know, like, all right, that looked like, you don't want to speculate, but you kind of got an idea, like, that looked like that might take a little time. That was Anthony Edwards' injury. Looked like that might take a little time. In rare cases, we saw Giannis come back from a hyperextended knee a little earlier when they went to the finals. I think that happened in the Atlanta series, and he was able to come back like game 2 or game 1 of the finals. I can't quite recall.
He came back during the Atlanta series, but it was late though.
Yeah, facts. So he was able to come back in the same series. So it's rare occurrences like that make you change your thought process, and that's what I was kind of hoping for with Ant, but he already had a knee injury that he was kind of dealing with. And so when this happens, I'm not sure if it's the same knee or not, but when this happens, I kind of assume like he's going to be out for a while. And when it happened, Joe, I said the Wolves are done. The Wolves are done. Now, I have been wanting to go on record multiple times and say that the Wolves are the deeper team. I think that they have more talent overall than the Denver Nuggets. I think they are the better team than the Denver Nuggets. But all of that changes without Anthony Edwards on the floor. Because not only is he off the floor, but Dante DiVincenzo is also off the floor. It puts all of the pressure on guys like Julius Randle, Jaden McDaniels, Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley, Ayo, like I said, who is now out. And I don't think they have enough. Now, Nas Reed also got hurt last game. He had an ankle injury. He's back, but he's a little banged up as well. He's another guy that they're relying on come off the bench to give them, some big minutes and score points, especially with Ant and Dante DiVincenzo being out. But the way the Wolves been talking, mainly Jaden McDaniels, and how the Nuggets are not a team that's gonna take it easy on you at any point. They smell blood now without Anthony Edwards out there. You saw it last game. I mean, it felt like last game they had like 3-4 straight dunks, bro. Like Braun went down, had a dunk. I think Cam Johnson came down, had another dunk. Like they was just going crazy, pushing guys around. Like you could tell it's like, all right, you've been talking all this stuff now. Now we really gonna see what you got without Ant. It sounds good when you win it. Like Michael Jordan said, it's easy to talk when you win it. It's easy to talk when you up. Let's see if you could talk when the score is even. And in this case, we'll see if you could talk when the score is even and when you don't have your best player. Now let's see, Jaden, if you can go out there and expose this weak defense that you've been talking about, because they gonna need it. But I'm looking at this series. I think Jokic has struggled for the vast majority of this series, but now coming down the stretch, understanding what's at stake, an opportunity to move on to the next round, an opportunity to do it without Anthony Edwards on the floor. This has become a series he can't, in my opinion, and I'm not at the point where I want to talk legacy with Jokic, but I think this is a series now he can't lose. Like, you can't lose this series now without the best player on the opposite end of the floor playing. I feel the same way about Jamal Murray. Like, you can't lose this series without Anthony Edwards out there. If Ant is out there, you get more of a quote-unquote pass. But without him being out there, it ain't like he was down 3-0. You down 3-1, and you was just able to get a win. These last two games, you got a game in Minnesota, you go out there and win, then you get him back home for game 7. You're not going to lose game 7 in Denver. So really it's just about tonight, which is why this is the first topic of the day for the people that are watching. We want to get this topic going before the game started, because I wanted to get my prediction out there that unfortunately I think they're done. They need Anthony Edwards to be Anthony Edwards, or at least to be out there to draw the defensive attention, to be able to get other guys open looks and easier baskets. And without him being out there, without DiVincenzo being out there, now without Ajae being out there, who is going to come out, facilitate, get everybody in their positions on the floor? Who's going to take over offensively? The defense will still be like that, but they're going to have to score some points, and I don't think they're going to have enough to get out of this series. So I think that the Nuggets are going to come back from a 3-1 deficit, and I think they're going to take the Wolves out.
So I agree with a lot of things you said. First, I want to give you a shout out. You came on this platform and you said that I'm going with the T-Wolves. Mm-hmm. You said yourself that you feel like they both don't like each other. They both know the other don't like each other. But you feel like Denver is like, you know what I mean? Like they're a good team, but Minnesota look at them like we're better. Like we're like, I know for a fact that we're better than y'all. Mm-hmm. Like the confidence was oozing from the Minnesota Timberwolves, and you felt it, and you picked them, and they were up 3-1. Shout out to them. And that's what Anthony Edwards kind of being somewhat limited. All right. Yeah. So, but he gets hurt. Not only he gets hurt, Dante gets hurt also. And like you said, those two ball handlers. And what happens? You're dependent on other guys to create for others, which they normally don't do. And what happened last game? The Minnesota Timberwolves had the most turnovers they ever had in a single game in franchise history. So in a playoff game, that was crazy. And then on top of that, like you said, the smelling blood part. Jaden McDaniels talking all this trash. He lays the ball up at the end of the game. Yoga's getting his face. Now you don't have your guys, and it's like that's why that's why. Like, I get it, you talk track and you feel confident with your team who's going to foresee an injury. But it's like if you're not going to be the biggest difference maker, this don't say nothing. all right? Because you're going to have to be able to back it up. Now, Jaden McDaniels is going to have to back it up. But, AJ, I come on here and I'm going to tell you this. I think the Timberwolves going to win tonight, bro. I think they're going to win tonight. Because when I watched the last game, yes, Denver had full control of the game. As bad as Minnesota played, they still made it a game towards the end of the game. They still almost made a comeback for real and made it interesting. And this is a bad matchup for Denver at the end of the day. Now, I get it. Anthony Edwards is Anthony Edwards. He brings pressure. He's there he's kind of their primary ball handler, you can say,
Mm-hmm.
but they still got Mike Conley. They still got their scorer of Julius Randle, right? Julius Randle who can still, and they're gonna be at home. So, but if they lose tonight, then Denver is gonna win in Game 7. But I honestly feel like that. Yeah,
Yeah, we did. We saw that. We saw that, Tom. We saw that. Golly.
I think they lost by
Golly.
50 for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
They lost 51-point loss
Golly. Yep.
by the
Yep.
Hawks, who I said they weren't gonna beat nobody in the first round.
Yeah.
Shout out to CJ McCollum. He got his flowers. I'll match. Anyways,
Yep.
so I think Minnesota will win tonight, but if they don't win, this is a must-win game for them. If they don't win tonight, then Denver is going to win. And
Yeah.
and I wouldn't say this would taint Jokic's legacy, but what it would though do is because they were down 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
But what it would do is he ain't best player in the NBA no more. I tell you that.
I mean, I think that's already for the most part
Without
kind
the
of been
picture.
decided. Yeah, it's kind of been decided. You know what I mean? With SGA taking over and doing what he's doing. I'm interested in seeing. I'm glad that Carl brought this up in the comments. Terrence Shannon Jr. This is an opportunity for coach. I'm blanking on his name right now, but for the Timberwolves coach to go into that bench and use some more of the depth that you have. Terrence Shannon Jr. is a young guy who can ball, bruh. He can hoop. I've been saying this for a minute now. Like, he can hoop. Jalen Clark can hoop. He's scrappy. He can really play. So you got some young guys that can come and potentially help. Thank you, Coach Finch, Carl. You got some young guys that can help push you over the top if you give them an opportunity. But you got to give them an opportunity. And so I just feel like at this point in the series, though, my issue with Finch is this. I don't think Finch does a good enough job giving those guys reps in the regular season to get them ready for moments like this in the postseason. That's the problem. I think if you play these guys more in the regular season and pivotal moments and big games to help get seeding and things of that nature, when it comes to the playoffs, they're already kind of accustomed to playing in these big moments. But you don't give these guys no playing time. It happened to Rob Dillingham. Now he ain't in town no more, right? It's happening to Terrence Shannon Jr. Now, if he steps up and balls out, so be it. Same thing with Clark. Clark, oddly enough, played some decent minutes for you last year in the regular season. Didn't see the playoffs at all for the most part, going into, when the playoffs started. And I was just like, yo, he hit big shots from the outside. He was a scrappy defender. He got your offense going. He was a nice spark plug off the bench, and you didn't give him no opportunities in the playoffs. It made no logical sense to me whatsoever. He likes to go to ride out with his veterans. I understand it, fully understand it. But at some point, you got to give your young guys an opportunity, especially in this West full of young talent. Sometimes you need that youthful energy off the bench to come and give you a spark plug when Anthony Edwards needs a break or when DiVincenzo needs a break. Mike Conley's already old and on his way out of the door. Sometimes Julius Randle have it. Sometimes he don't. Like, help spell for these guys, but he don't do it, Joe. So this is... Hopefully the young guys, even though they haven't got a lot of regular season minutes, hopefully they're ready for this moment tonight because he got to play him. And he probably, and if it goes 7, you definitely got to play him in game 7 too. You got no choice. At the very least, you would hope that they bring energy. Even if they're not making shots, even if they are making some mistakes, they're gonna make some mistakes. They're young. It's like he can't stand when the young guys make mistakes like they're not young guys. They're gonna make mistakes. It is okay. As long as they bring some sort of energy and tenacity defensively, jump some passing lanes, get some fast breaks going, then you will have a shot. But again, you got no choice without Ant and without Dante and with Naz Reid being banged up and Ayo. Like it kind of forced your hand. So right now I'm checking right now the score is 13-7. And like Carl said, he got Terrence Shannon Jr. already got 6. 2 or 3 from the field, and Julius Randle got 7, 3 or 5 from the field. So they off to a decent start. They at home.
I think they're gonna win tonight.
And they might. I just can't. I can't see them getting out of this series without Ant. I can't see it. I think when push come to shove, in the fourth, it's gonna get a little too dicey. And I don't trust. I like Julius. I don't trust him though. I don't trust him to close out Denver. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro.
When you feel like that,
yeah, like that's tough.
I'm laughing because and smiling when you was talking because this this is you word from word like last year.
Literally, literally,
You word
bro.
for word. You last year you said the problem I have with Finch is he don't play his bench throughout the season, so when playoff time comes, he don't have the reps.
Hmm.
You said this last year. I think you probably said it the year before that too, but you've been
Yep.
saying this.
For a while. For a
Yeah,
while. It's been an issue for a very long time. He does not trust the young guys. And the young guys can play. They might turn the ball over here and there. They might make young mistakes, but you got to give the young guys an opportunity to make those mistakes where they count but don't count as much. So when the
right.
playoff starts, okay, this really counts. They gonna make a few, but maybe they make less. And then the more confidence you instill in these young players, the better
Better they
they
get
play.
facts.
So I don't know.
It's like common sense, but
TSJ
it's
been
like
nice for he been nice for a minute. He been nice for a minute. He came not that before we move on. He came out. I'll never forget. He came out drafted the same year. Dillingham was drafted. He looked more polished than Dillingham in the summer league. He came out with I think a 25 point game, a 30 point game. He was hoping,
he had
and they
some key
pulled him.
minutes, and then he had key minutes in the playoffs against OKC. Did he play against OKC?
I don't think so. If he did, he ain't played long.
Okay, okay,
If he
okay.
did, he ain't played long.
I think he did. All right, go ahead, go ahead.
I'd have to go back and revisit. But I remember in the summer league he was hooping, and then throughout the season he didn't play. And you know, most of the time, first round picks when they show themselves in the summer league and they get pulled early and they like, all right, we're gonna sit you. That's the signal for you're gonna play some big minutes in the regular season. The minutes wasn't there. And again, I get it. The Wolves have they got a lot of veterans and a lot of depth, so I get it. But like he earned the right to showcase what he could do. I felt the same way about Dillingham, and I still think they shouldn't have traded. But I know they got Ayo. Ayo is a hooper, but I still
You
don't think
know,
they should have moved on from him. But
you know what? He okay, okay. He did play in the playoffs. So I'm
okay,
trying.
okay.
I don't know. It's just showing
Was it
this
the
year.
OKC series?
I'm not
I know
trying to
for a
figure it
fact
out.
he didn't play a lot, and I was like, they need to play more.
Here we go. All right. So he played like yeah, bro. He played, bro. I knew
How
I wasn't
much?
tripping. Yeah. So he played against hold on, 2025. Y'all played the Lakers last year? I'm tripping.
Yeah, bro.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
they
did.
played the
That's right.
Lakers. Yeah, bro.
My bad. My
Yeah, they
bad.
got us out of there, bro.
It's funny. I say y'all played the Lakers. They played
Right,
y'all. My bad.
right.
But
They
yeah,
got us out of there.
he played okay against OKC. I know I wasn't
Yeah,
tripping, but
okay,
but hold
okay.
on. These probably garbage time minutes though. Hold up.
He didn't get no tick like that against
Okay, he
OKC,
played
bro.
7 minutes in a 2 point game when SGA went crazy on y'all. He played 7 minutes and 40 seconds.
Okay.
And I remember he came in the game, bro, and he was 2 from 3 from the field. Yeah. I remember he had some key minutes, bro, in the key game last year. He was 2 for 3, 1 for 1 from three, and he
All
played
I,
8 minutes.
I'm like, we need more. We need more, bro. We
Yeah, but
need more.
and I think the year before that, and no, I remember this year specific. No, did he not play against Denver too the year before that? I know he spent too much
If
time
he
on him,
did, it
but
was if we did, it was similar. It was like he got 5 minutes here, 7 minutes there, didn't play the rest of the game. I'd have to go and double check, but from what I can recall, he wasn't getting like big minutes like that at
you
all.
know what? He didn't play against Denver. He wasn't.
Yeah,
He
I'm
didn't play.
like, if he didn't. I think it was the OKC series, and he might have only played 1 or 2 games.
I thought he had a game where he okay. See these. Okay. Oh yeah. I know I wasn't tripping. When y'all blew them out, he played and it said right here. When y'all blew him out, he had 15. But I
So
don't know
they
when
gave him
that
the
15 came. But I remember like he
15
played
points
well
or
in the playoff game.
15 minutes.
Yeah, 15 points.
15. Oh,
But y'all blew him out though, so I don't know what part of the game that was. Was that during like garbage time?
Garbage
But I
time,
remember
right?
him playing like in the key game and he was playing well. And if I'm not mistaken, you mentioned like you gotta play these guys. Like
Dog. I've been
so
screaming it for the longest. He gotta play him, bro. He gotta give him a shot. He
I
gotta
gotta
give
look
him a shot,
I
bro.
gotta look at the unfazed archives to see.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I'm gonna do that for real. I'm gonna do that for next episode. But uh to the next topic, I mean AJ team A. All right, this is Team A right here. The Lakers, man. AJ. I mean, we both came on the platform. We both picked the Lakers. Lakers went up 3-0. And I know you were sitting back, sipping your wine, eating your cheese and crackers, just chilling, right? Got the grapes, chill like the king. And then they dropped the last two games. But the crazy thing is, they go back to Houston, and if Houston win, they can force a game 7, put a lot of pressure on the Lakers to not be on the wrong side of history. Now, Austin Reeves, he's back. But AJ, let me ask you this question. Lakers being up 3-2 on the young Rockets, are the Lakers in trouble?
This is a tough question for me because the first thing I'm going to say is I do believe the Lakers are going to win the series. I want to put that out there right now. I do believe the Lakers are going to win the series. Now, I'd be lying if I said, though, I don't believe they're in trouble. I'd be lying if I said I don't believe they're in trouble. Joe, if we're calling a spade, they shouldn't have been up 3-0 to begin with. If we calling a spade, the 2 games in L.A. was the 2 games in L.A. Luke Kennard was doing his thing. Brown was doing his thing. Marcus Smart went crazy, especially game 2. But then that game in Houston, they should have lost. That first game in Houston, game 3, they should have lost. They came back, I believe, from down 6 with 30 seconds left off of a steal from Marcus Smart. He got fouled on the 3-point attempt. He made all 3 free throws. Then Brian got a random steal, hit a 3. Like, that game was sealed. Like, the announcer was already like, all right, it looks like the Rockets are going to go up, to or be down now just 2-1 with a chance to even it up before those turnovers occurred and Marcus Smart went to the free throw line. So at that point in time, there was red flags. If you really was paying attention, at that point in time, they figured out what me and you talked about off air. Hey, if you could just step up to these guys a little bit better defensively, get in these guys' chests, force some turnovers, get out in transition, score that way, get a little bit more physical with LeBron, these guys can be had. I feel like we knew that, but it took the Rockets a while to kind of figure that out. You got to get fit, especially with a guy like Luke Kennard. You got to get physical with him. You got to move him around. You got to bump him off his spots. You can't get him any clean looks, and you can't let him get hot. When he get hot, it don't matter what you do. To a shooter, when a shooter get hot, it don't really matter what you do. The rim look like an ocean. It just is what it is at that point. But if you can stop him before he gets that rhythm going, then you having a whole nother conversation, right? And so we saw that right there in game 3. And in game 4, it continued. Now, game 4, I gave them a pass, Joe. I gave them a pass in game 4 because it was clear Brown was fatigued. He was done. He had 8 turnovers that game, 10 points. It's like a negative 13, 14 on it. It was clear they went into overtime the game before. They was only 1 day, if I'm not mistaken, in between, and he wasn't going to have the legs for that following game. Fair. We up 3-0. You drop a game. It is what it is. It was going to be hard winning both games in Houston. But this last game, Joe, I get it. I knew at the start of the series when Luke Kennard was playing the way he was playing, when Rui Hachimura was playing the way he was playing, when Marcus Smart was playing the way he was playing, and even to an extent LeBron was playing the way they was playing, I'm like, yeah, these guys are kind of playing they're kind of playing beside themselves right now. They are playing out of their minds right now. And that's how they got up in large part to the 3-0 deficit. These guys were shooting over 50%. The whole starting lineup, there was a graphic that played on First Things First with Nick Wright and those guys. It was a graphic that showed everybody in the starting lineup was shooting over 50% from the field before game 3. And so those guys were blazing hot. And I knew at some point it was going to even itself out. At some point, they're going to start missing shots and things of that nature. But what is bothering me is the damn turnovers. Take care of the ball. I'm not too fond of J.J. Redick's defensive play against these guys, just because I feel like he leaves them wide open for 3. I understand, right, that DeAndre Ayton is not a shot blocking center like that. I understand Jackson Hayes sometimes. I don't know what he be doing out there sometimes. In all honesty, I saw him. He kind of understand why JJ did what he did last year. Just watching him some more, like, what are you doing? But he has to play. I understand that. So I understand you don't want them right? To get a clear lane at the basket all game long, because that is what they do best. But you also can't give NBA players wide open threes and expect them to continue to shoot as bad as they have shot so far this series. It cannot happen. But all things considered, Joe, they scored 99 points. They scored 99 points. And a bunch of them, if I don't have the number in front of me right now, but a ton of them came off of turnovers and transition points. Turnovers and transition points. Stop playing sloppy with the basketball. There are some plays that are just great defensive plays. Sometimes the Rockets are one of the better defensive teams in the league. So they're going to get some turnovers here and there. But it's the sloppy passes. It's the lazy passes. It's the, I'm going to throw anticipatory throws with this backdoor cut, and a guy standing right there in front of the, Rockets player standing right there in front of you. I'm going to throw it straight to him. Marcus Smart had to play like that when LeBron was cutting baseline. He threw the ball right to Sengun. It's moments like that. That's like, dog, y'all have to get it together. Also, I want to say this before I want to say actually two more things before I pass it to you. Number one, I came out and I apologized to LeBron before. I apologized to LeBron because I said, I owe Bron this apology. He been carrying us and all this, that, and the third. But what I said before still stands about him. LeBron cannot close games at this point in time. As much as we talk about how the Rockets struggle in the clutch, we don't talk enough about LeBron not having the legs to close these games. Not having to, again, going back to game 3, we should have lost game 3. And people forget, towards the end of game 3, all of the missed shots Bron had, all of the turnovers that he had towards the end of the game. He was trying to sell that game. It's just by luck, Marcus Smart got that steal, got fouled shooting that 3, made all 3 free throws, and then LeBron got the steal and hit the 3. You kind of forget about how he was playing down the stretch. He was playing like, yo, they got it. And then again, we already talked about game 4. Last night, I'm watching him play, and I'm like, yo, and I know he's 41 and all that. I'm tired of hearing all that. You got 14 points going into the 4th. We need more. This is a closeout game. Yeah, he went out, he scored 25 towards the end, but by the time he really got it going, in my opinion, the Rockets already felt like they had the game under wraps. I know it got close. It was a 3-point game at one point before Reed Shepherd came down, hit it mid-range, stole the ball from Bron on the other end, and went down and got a layup. Again, another Bron mess up, right? So I understand all that, but you got to put your foot on the gas a little sooner at times and stop relying so heavily on these guys when they don't have it going, because Marcus Smart is not playing that well in this game, right? Well, he started off pretty good in the first quarter, but after that, he was subpar at best. Luke Kennard is not making shots right now. And then you got Austin Reeves. Austin, don't do this year. Don't do this year. Last year, I gave you a pass. I understand that Wolves defense is that Wolves defense. I understand the Wolves are the Wolves, right? But this Rockets team is different. You come out, I know it's your first game of the month. You went out there, you shot 4 for 16. 4 for 16. And now without Luka being out there, you're the number 1 option offensively. Now, in my mind, I kind of knew you was going to throw off some of the offensive chemistry that we had in place, but I'm also thinking he is a bucket that we need. And in all honesty, it don't help us if you out there if you're not going to score efficiently, because you damn sure ain't holding no defense. They getting every switch they want, bringing you out to the outside and taking you to the rack every chance they get. That's part of the reason why they're getting all these open looks on the outside, because they switching on these screens. They're attacking you, driving to the cup. You got everybody conversion, and now Jabari Smith is wide open, or Eason is wide open in the corner, or Reed Shepherd wide open at the top of the key. The Lakers bet not lose this series. They bet not lose this series, bro. You was up 3-0. You were up 3-0. There has never been a team that came back from down 3-0 ever in the history of basketball. I think the record is 0-170 something. And the Los Angeles Lakers, led by LeBron and Austin Reeves and a supporting cast with JJ Redick as head coach, with a team that doesn't have their best offensive player, that struggles to get over 100 points in the playoff games, with now 1 game in Houston and another game, potentially game 7 in LA. Y'all better not lose. I suggest you win it. I suggest you go out there and empty that clip in Houston, so you ain't got to try it for a game. So that's my suggestion. Empty the clip against Houston. But overall, you better not lose this series. We counting on you going out there dropping the OKC. Let's just spoiler alert. We know we ain't probably gonna be OKC, but you got our hopes up getting them 3-0 against this team. I don't care what Jabari Smith say. They feel like they the better team. You was up 3-0 either way. Okay, so you played good enough to be up 3-0. You are good enough to win at least one more of these games. Bron, go out there and play aggressive in Game 6. And AR, I need you to hit some damn shots. You're back now. You got one game. Okay, you didn't play well. I need you to come out here, redeem yourself from last year, and give us a game. I need a 25 to 30 point game from AR. I need a 25 to 30 point game from Bron. I need the rest of y'all to fill in where you can fill in. Make some shots from the outside. Strap down on defense, and most importantly, don't turn the ball over. As long as you can take care of the ball, and our two guys can play like the two best players on the floor, because one could argue they are the two best players in this series without KD and without Luka. Play like it, and let's get home. Let's not embarrass ourselves out here. Let's not do this. Okay, the floor is yours, Joe.
We gotta cook that up. Send it to LA.
Man, let's not do this.
Man, listen, are the Lakers in trouble? Yes, they are in trouble. I thought you was gonna come on here and say no, they're not in trouble. So I like the honesty. Now, do I think the Lakers will win? Even if it comes down to a game 7, I think they still will win, just because they're the more experienced team. Houston never been here before, but they are in big trouble, AJ. And I'm so glad we talked about this off air. So it's not like we just talking right now, right? I think I said this to you. I brought up the Boston Celtics in Miami series. And I said back then, if there was a team that could come back from 0-3, it's this team, because they just better than Miami. And they came all the way back. Tatum gets hurt and they lose, though, right? That was the closest team that ever done it. Mm-hmm. And then I told you, I said, AJ, this team, man, like they overall better than the Lakers. You know, they are. So they couldn't do it. And like what's been going on, you called it. It's turnovers. The way we all know the Houston Rockets half-court offense is not the best. We know that. So the way they're going to get their points is off of transition points off turnover, and stuff like that. In the last two games, the Lakers have committed 39 turnovers. And the Rockets have scored 48 points, although 39 turnovers. So they taking advantage. They got confidence. You heard Jabari Smith say in the interview, we feel like we better than them. Like, and he has a point. Shout out to LeBron. I like his response. He was like, I'm too old for that, man. Like, it's going to be decided between the four lines. Like, I don't care.
Right.
Talk to one of them youngers about that. Shout out to LeBron for that, right? But they got confidence, and when the team gets confidence, momentum shifts. We see momentum shift in a series. Like, it's not a game. Like, when the team get momentum in a series, it's hard to stop that momentum. And the momentum normally comes when it's a win at home and a win on the road. When you get like both of them, like they did, it's like, uh-oh. And they go back home, it's like, uh-oh. It's getting scary now. So, and here's the thing, the Lakers are shooting better than them overall. Game 1, so I say game 1. Game 4, the Lakers shot 50% from the field, and the Rockets shot 44%. Sorry, the Rockets shot 48% from the field. The next game, the Lakers shot 44%, and the Houston Rockets shot 42%. So they shooting better. It's a 3-point shooting. The Lakers, the last two games, 23% from 3, 35% from 3. Terrible. But the Rockets shot 26% from 3 last game. They shot a poor percentage, and now the difference were the turnover. It was a small margin. I think they outscored the Lakers by 6 in points off turnovers.
No, my bad. The Lakers, not to cut you off, the Rockets, they shot 35% from 3 last game.
35%?
Yeah, they shot. I'm looking at
the Lakers shot 26%.
The Lakers shot 26%.
Yeah, I got the numbers wrong. All right, there we go. All right, Lakers shot 26%. All right. Okay, yeah, because Twin made 2 threes.
Bruh.
Like, we talking about set shots, nobody running out there. He's like, okay.
Right.
But yeah, but Austin Reeves, everybody like, oh, Austin Reeves is back. He's back. AJ, he was not good against Houston this year. Right? I remember when they played Houston in that back-to-back. Austin Reeves wasn't good. It was Luka and LeBron. Austin Reeves against Houston this year. 15 points, 14 points, right? 9 for 26 from the field, 1 for 11 from 3. against Houston this year, not including the playoff game that he just had when he went 2 for 14. So it's going to be tough because Houston is younger, more athletic, more scrappy, and the time is shortened now. It's not no play, take 3 days off, play, take 2 days. No, it's every other day y'all are playing now going forward. And y'all traveling in the middle of that. Mm-hmm. So this doesn't benefit LeBron James. But if I'm you, like I said, if I'm the Lakers, I am trying to cut the head of the snake in game 6. I am not playing with game 7. Go out there and knock out this inexperienced team right now, because if they win 3 in a row, you give them too much confidence. They come back and play y'all in LA. You put too much pressure on the rest of the role players who have been elevating their game. You put too much pressure on Austin Reeves, who haven't been a great playoff player. So get rid of this right now. If they don't, anything I happen in game 7, that's what I'm saying.
This is the thing I'll say. I'll give the Rockets credit because we said this before the series started. We said, Joe, man, if the Lakers go out there, they win games 1 and 2, or they win game 1, their confidence ain't going to be the same. Their confidence is going to be shaken. I want to point this out. I think they're a different team. I think they're a better team with KD before I say what I'm going to say. But I also think they're a different team without KD. They rely so heavily on KD when KD is there that it takes a lot of them out of their game. But when KD is not there, the team got a different vibe. Those guys feel empowered to take more shots, especially guys like Reed Shepherd, Jabari Smith. Like they seem more empowered. They feel more empowered to take crucial shots down the stretch of games. They have more confidence. Whereas like if KD out there, it's like, should I take this shot or should I not? Like they don't have that same type of confidence. And if they take a bad shot, KD ain't afraid to kind of get on them about it, especially Reed Shepherd. We noticed that in game 2. Reed Shepherd took a shot in transition. It was an open shot. He just missed it. And KD went off on him about it. And so they play differently without KD. But this is what I say in regards to the Lakers. This now comes down to J.J. Redick. Go back to what worked in the first 2 games. They have completely shied away from the game plan, and I don't know why. Tell Bron, get his ass to that elbow. Tell Marcus Smart to bring the ball up. Get a ball to LeBron on the elbow, and LeBron make decisions from the elbow. With that in mind, you were able to draw plays for Luke Kennard. You were able to draw plays for DeAndre Ayton. You were able to draw plays for a multitude of different guys. It took pressure off of LeBron bringing the ball up. It allowed him to preserve himself, to pick his shots a little bit better. It allowed him to get to his turnaround fade a lot easier, allow him to make plays and drive into the basket. But most importantly, now with the addition of Austin Reeves back, just because he's back against a team that he struggles with doesn't mean that he has to always bring the ball up, because they are going to trap him, or not trap him. They're going to be physical with him. They're going to strip the ball. And I don't care what nobody say. He just came back. I'm not sure he's 1,000% healthy, right? Like, he's out there now, but I'm not sure he's 100%. So draw a place for him the same way you was drawing a place for Luke Kennard. Get him some open looks. Again, Austin Reeves is a shot creator and all of that. But most importantly, he's a shooter. He's a shooter. He can drive. He can get to the layup. He can get to the basket. He can get to the free throw line. All that is a part of his game for sure. But Austin Reeves is at his best when that mid-range and that three-point shot is going. So draw some plays for him the same way you did Luke Kennard. In the first 2 games of the series, you got Luke Kennard wide open shots. Austin Reeves is the type of player that just need to see the ball go through the net a few times, get that confidence, get hot, and then again, he's another player for us that when he gets going, he can get going. That'll put Bron in position yet again to pick his spots. Maybe he has his legs for the 4th. But you got to go back to that game plan. All of this, LeBron bring the ball up court. And LeBron, like it's the 2018 Bron, and he making all the decisions from the top of the key. I don't know why they switched to that strategy. I don't know if that's a LeBron thing or what, but it has not worked since you started it. Again, you started at game 3 and you should have lost that game. You should have lost that game. And I noticed it from the moment it started to happen. Like, why is LeBron bringing the ball up all of a sudden? That's not what we was doing the first 2 games. We had Marcus Smart bringing the ball up. We need to get back. Even had Luke Kennard bringing the ball up from time to time. But we need to get back to what had us winning. But I go back to this, Joe. I go back to this. You boys bet not. You boys bet not embarrass us like this. Go out there and close. Go out there and close. And the thing about it, these games don't be blowout. Yes, game 4 was a blowout. Cool. But most of these games, the Rockets struggle to close games just like we do. So we right there. Y'all could have won the game last night. It got close last night. Before the Reed Shepherd mid-range, we had an opportunity down 5, I think, with 30 seconds left, came down, Bron missed the 3. Then Austin Reeves missed the 3. Then Aiden had the, it's like, yo, and they clean looks. Get these guys out of here, bro. Get these guys out of here. Let's Joe, let's not do this. I've been having to avoid social media all day today. I'm like, man, I ain't trying to hear nobody talk about that. I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to, the Lakers about to blow. I'm not even trying to entertain. I'm trying to keep a positive mindset about this. But you brothers, y'all better go win game 6. Just go win game 6. Because game 7, I don't care where it's at. It helps that it's in LA, but that can get real dicey. So go back to what works. Go back to what works, please. Please, bro. Please. Goodness gracious, bro. And take care of the damn ball. You muted.
I said you better start spinning in your chair, like, man, like.
Dude, you should have seen me last night. I'm just like, dog, like, cause it's driving me crazy with this defensive game plan that JJ Redick has. I'm not the biggest fan of it, right? But like I said before, they only scored 99, so I can only be so mad at it. The issue is the turnovers. That's the problem. They got 90. I'd have to. Again, I wish I could see how many points they scored off turnovers since they only had 90. 18. If they score 18, they score 18 points off turnovers, bro. So really, they put up like 80-something points last night if you don't turn the ball over. Come on, bro. Just take her to, even if you're not scoring like that, they don't have enough offensive firepower to just beat you head up. You have to beat yourselves for them to beat you.
They actually sealed the game off of points on turnover. Reed Shepherd got that steal.
Bro, you have to beat yourselves for them to beat you, which is why I kind of push back on that. The Rockets are the better team thing, because on paper they are, but if you have to rely on turnovers to beat a team, I don't know if you're the better team, in all honesty. But needless to say, bruh, 18 points off turnovers, you lost the game by 6, and they only scored 99 points? Just be careful with the ball. Even if you shoot, you miss, and it's a one and done possession. At least you get to go back down court, set up your defense, and make them make shots. Make them beat you that way. They probably won't beat you that way, but they will beat you off turnovers because they athletic, they big, they can get out, they can dunk, and y'all not athletic enough to stay in front of them in fast break opportunities, which is what we've seen these last 3 games. So get back to what works and take care of the ball, and the Lakers will be fine. But I'm gonna be pissed they blow this. I'm gonna be hot they blow this, Joe. I don't think they will, but boy, this starting to feel like Denver. Like, bro, don't do this. Golly, man. Joe, let's move on, man.
There's a lot of good series going on. Right, I can go to games up. You know, the Celtics are they losing by 12 with 2 minutes left. Game 7. Game 7.
They done.
Timberwolves up by 1, 40-39.
Okay. So it's gonna be close down the stretch. Speaking of close down the stretch, Joe, the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference are the Detroit Pistons, and they are going up against the number 8 seed Orlando Magic, and the Orlando Magic have given them everything that they can handle in this first round matchup. Now the series right now, Pistons were down 3-1. Now all of a sudden, Cade Cunningham goes off for 45, and it is 3-2 in games going into game 7. They play in Orlando. My question to you is, will the Pistons complete the 3-1 comeback, or will they end up going home in 6 or 7?
All right, my pick.
And to whoever, not to cut you off,
go ahead.
To whoever Matt is, when the Lakers win, make sure you come. I'm telling y'all love to do this. Y'all did it with the Eagles. Y'all did it with the Lakers. When my team win, everybody be ghosts. But as soon as they get in a little trouble, y'all don't want to pull up for that next episode. So make sure you're here for that next episode when the Lakers seal the deal. You know what I'm saying? Okay, cool. We gonna have virtual handshake. You gonna be back when the Lakers send these boys home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all I ask. That's all I ask.
Wednesday. We might be back Wednesday, not Thursday.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
keep that in mind, Matt.
Keep that in mind. But my bad. Go ahead, Joe. My bad.
No, you good. So I picked Detroit, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I picked them easily too.
We both
And
did.
I want to give Orlando Magic some props. Now, AJ, if I'm just looking from the outside, I don't have no dog in the fight. I'm just looking at how the series have gone so far. My gut would tell me Orlando's going to close this out in Orlando. And the reason why is because game one, we talked about this. I think we did talk about this. Game one happened, right? Game one happened, and Orlando came out to a fast start and had control of the game the whole game. They never got rid of the lead. Cool. All right, cool. That happens. Give up game one. They just played a play-in game. We've been resting for a long time. It happens. Game two comes out, and then the Pistons blow them out. Third quarter, it was a close game. Third quarter comes, and then they blow them out. All right. Game three comes, and it's the same thing, kind of like the Orlando Magic takes off in the third quarter, and then game four comes. Detroit is just like not taking care of the ball. They turn the ball over. Orlando offense looks more crisp throughout. So, and then this last game I just watched, I just saw Kay Cunningham drop 45 points. I saw Paul do the same thing, but I saw Kay Cunningham go crazy. And they won by 7 points, but the game was actually closer than what it felt a little bit closer than that. So, like, you look at the numbers, Orlando shot 48%, Detroit shot 49%. Neck and neck. Orlando shot 45% from three, Detroit shot 36%. The game was this. Orlando went 16 from 30 from the free throw line. They missed 14 free throws, while the Pistons went 28 from 35. They both shot a lot of free throws, so don't free throws hurt Orlando so much.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and rebounding too. They got a rebound for 33. I just can't trust the Detroit Pistons offense.
Mm-hmm.
The only way they're going to win, K got to keep this up. He has to, because he's not getting it from other guys. Even Tobias Harris kind of slowed down.
Yep.
He had a good start to the series, and he kind of slowed down a bit. But what's about? Oh, he had 23. Yes, he did.
He got a good game. That last game was a good game.
Yeah. It was probably towards the end of the game that I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Duncan Robinson, he's 3 from 6. That's cool. I don't even remember him making 3 shots for real. Like, Duncan Robinson has not been looking good to me. Tell you honest, this is probably his best game he had so far. Jalen Duren, he had 12 points. He's 4 from 6. He's not shooting the ball enough. He's shooting 6 shots here, 4 shots here, 5 shots here. But K got to keep this aggressiveness up. They got to continue to give Isaiah Stewart more minutes. I see they kind of increased his minutes a little bit last game, because when he's on the floor, he's electrifying. He's electrifying defensively. He brings that intensity. He brings that excitement. He fought like all them blocks he be getting. It be crazy. Like the stat sheet be saying, I got a feeling like they be doing him dirty in the stat sheet. They say he got 1 block. Bro, ain't no way he got 1 block.
Yeah.
It's no way he got 1 block. Like I don't get it. It was game 5 I'm watching, or game 4 I'm watching. He got like 4 or 5 blocks. I look at the stat sheet, he said he had 2. I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about? So yeah, man, my gut is telling me Orlando. I'm gonna stick with my pick though, and I'm gonna go with Detroit, because I do feel like they had the best play on the court, and I feel like a switch got flipped last game. So I'm gonna go with Detroit, but my gut ain't gonna lie, saying Orlando is gonna win this in Game 6.
I wanna address a comment. This comment, something similar has been put in the what's the name. And then before we fully move on, I want you to answer this, then I'll answer it, and then I'll give my answer for this next question. Does this damage LeBron all time standing? If he lose, is he out of the top 3? Joe, what's your quick comment on that?
Okay,
because he put it in the comment. He put it. I ignored that. What
the first one?
Respectfully, I kind of ignored the first one. Like,
all right, so I'm going to answer this. I might take like a minute, not like 60 seconds on this. All right, so look, okay. I want to say this. I am not going to condemn LeBron for losing this late in his career. That's not me. You need to talk to the people who's trying to proclaim him to be a GOAT because what he's doing right now.
Oh no, because of what he's doing. No. Yeah.
Cause
Right
now,
now,
cause right now,
Right.
oh, look what he's doing at this age. Look what he's doing at this age. Okay, so those same people that's doing that, you gotta have the same energy if he gives an 0-3 lead. Now, last thing I want to say is this: we was in the NBA chat, right? I was talking to James about this earlier today. It was funny. We was in the NBA chat, and then somebody put a poster about LeBron 6-0, Jordan 6-0 in the finals. LeBron 3-6. And I'm like, dog, I've never condemned LeBron for being 3-6. I never looked at it and said like Jordan is better because he's 6-0 and LeBron 3. I never looked at that. My whole theory is how many years LeBron? 23, right? My whole theory is, did you win?
Yeah.
I don't care when you got, I don't care when you lost. How you lost matter, but I could lose to the Warriors round 1. You could lose to them in the Western Conference. Does that mean you're a better team than me? Right. I saw the Warriors before you saw them. Right? That's what happened. So it's about that. Well, we should not be saying Jordan 6-0 and LeBron 3-6. What we should be saying is Jordan is 6 from 15 and LeBron is 4 for 23. That's what we should be saying, in my opinion. I know it sounds bad, right? It's not bad, right? But that's the stat, though. That's the stat. So I just want to put that out there.
Okay, I'll quickly address it because if you notice, I haven't. LeBron is to me the greatest basketball player to ever play the game, and I've said that routinely. I said that before. Me and Joe had this debate a while ago. So this is before the most recent play.
This is how Unfazed got built.
Yeah, like this has been a long time in the making. Nothing that happens is going to get me off that bandwagon of him being the GOAT at this point in time in his career. The man's 41 years of age. And I have said this before, and I'll say it again. I do believe that at a certain point in someone's career, somebody like Kobe, somebody like Jordan, somebody like LeBron, all they can do is add to their legacy. I don't think you can take away from the legacy at this point. At this point. Now, if you blow a 3-1 lead or 3-0 lead, it does look bad. Don't get me wrong. It don't look good. But is that going to be something that when he retires, and this is how I think about it, when he retires, the people who are not haters, the people who are speaking objectively about the GOAT conversation, are they going to talk about he blew a 3-0 lead to the Rockets at the end of his career? Or are they more likely to talk about he lost to the Mavs in 2011, or he was unable to beat the Celtics in the earlier part of his career when he was with Cleveland, or he had to join Miami? Those are the blemishes that are going to get brought up. Mm-hmm. This whole first off, it's not going to happen. But this whole he blew a 3, if it happens, he blew a 3-0 lead to the Rockets, don't look good. But anybody that's speaking objectively I'm not holding Bron to that, oh, he not at this level just because this just recently happened. I'm just not. I'm personally not. But what I will say to Blue Boat Sports is you keep asking this question, which leads me to believe that you ready to knock him off of this pedestal.
I actually think he's a supporter of LeBron.
Okay.
He been before. Shout out to him. He been before.
Okay, so if someone, let me just say, if someone believes that he should be out of the conversation, mm-hmm. if this is the case, then we also have to have the conversation of, well, what if he wins? Mm-hmm. What if he would? Then we got to, and that's not a conversation at this point in time I really want to have. I really mm-hmm. don't, because at this point, only thing Bron could do is win the chip. That's it. The moment KD went out, it was like, all right, Bron kind of got a real shot to win this thing. KD not around. So it's like, him beating the Rockets ain't, for me personally, it's not going to add a ton to his legacy. Him losing to the Rockets ain't going to take away from this legacy. This is a series that I expect him to win. Figure it out and get it done. Get it done. Get it done. Get it done. But I'm not going to look at him and be like, oh, he not the GOAT, or he not. To say he out of the top 3 or out of the top 5 that's just blasphemy. I don't really have nothing.
That's crazy.
I don't have nothing for that.
I do want to say this though. If I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, all good.
I think it's one thing can happen that can hurt his case against Jordan only though.
What's that?
It's actually a good thing for him, but it would hurt him though in the conversation.
If he won the championship with Luka.
If he win with Luka, bro. Yeah, if he win and don't win Finals MVP. him and Jordan are the only two people in NBA history to have at least 4 championships and one Finals MVP every time.
Yeah, yeah.
So if he gets 5 and not be Finals MVP, AJ, case closed.
I got you. I
That's
I'm kind of
convo
with
for
you on
another day,
that.
though.
I'm well. I don't know.
Combo for another day.
I have to rethink that. But back to the Pistons. I want to address that because he put it in the chat multiple
I
times, and
like
I
that.
did want to.
We can make that work. It's a whole segment we just did.
Yeah. So I definitely want to go back into it and get my take on that. But what I will say is this: will the Pistons complete the 3-1 comeback? I know we talked about this a bit off air about the chances of them being able to come back and win this series. After watching that game the other night, nah, bro. I don't think it's gonna happen. And you kind of spoke to it already. I just look at the Pistons right now as a team that is Cade Cunningham or bust. He can't have a bad game. He can't have a bad game. If he has a bad game, they're done. And so that's kind of how I look at it right now. Now, what I will say is this: Franz Wagner, if he can't go, that does change things. I know he's dealing with injury right now. If he can't go, that does change things. But at the same time, I just feel like the Orlando Magic have a bunch of different guys that are playing with confidence right now to the point where Banchero don't have to drop 45 for them to win. He don't have to go out and go crazy for them to win. Because you got other guys that are stepping up and playing well. Like Suggs is playing decent. Desmond Bane, even though he didn't play well in my opinion in the regular season, he steps up. He's playing decent, in the postseason. They're getting some bench points. So you got other players that are stepping up and playing well. Okay, Franz is out. So that is a big deal. We're in the case of the Pistons, Jalen Duran, where are you at? Oh my gosh. Carl said it best. He just be throwing the ball at the rim. I don't know where he has been all series long. You're not doing nothing offensively. You getting dunked on the other side of the ball defensively. It's like the other guy that you kind of depended on, the other All-Star that made the All-Star game with Cade Cunningham, that you kind of rely on, right, to give you buckets, to level this thing out. That 1-2 punch, it's only one of those guys in Cade Cunningham that's playing lights out, and Durant is nowhere to be found. And I don't think at this point in time he's gonna find it. I don't trust anyone else. Like Tobias Harris, like you said, he was pretty decent last game. He gave you 23, shot 9 to 18 from the field, 8 rebounds. Like he'll have his moments, he'll have his games, but like I don't really trust Duncan Robinson right now. And this is the thing too. If all of the rest of the games were in Detroit to end the series, then I'd be like, all right, Detroit's gonna come back and win this thing. I would believe that, because then I have a little bit more confidence, and maybe Durant has a good game at home, or maybe Duncan Robinson goes out there and has just a 3-point masterclass at some point, or Thompson goes out there and maybe makes a couple pivotal buckets, or at least gets a bunch of big time steals. Like the role players, we always say play better at home, right? But you going back to Orlando, I don't trust none of these guys on the road right now. None of them. I don't trust any of them on the road. So it just seemed like Cade is out there. Bro, this looks identical to them old Cavs days with LeBron. Identical. Where LeBron was the only one out there scoring, rebounding, facilitating, and if he didn't have a good game, it was over with. And that's just the vibe I get right now for this Pistons team. So I think it's tough. I think being down 3-1 is too large of a deficit for this team to come back from. And I got the Orlando Magic finishing them off in Orlando. Now, if it gets to 7, we have a different conversation.
Yeah, Detroit at home.
But
I might go with Detroit.
Yeah, but right now with them going on the road, I think it's a little dicey. I don't trust any of those guys to really step up and play well. I think it's gonna fall on Cade, and we saw last night Paolo could go off for 45 just like Cade. Like Paolo could have a day too, So I think that makes it tough.
Yeah, that was a good battle between him and Paolo. Cade and Paolo.
Yeah, definitely. But Joe, before we end the show, man, you know, Unfazed just isn't unfazed without a little football talk. I feel like even though our analysis for basketball is better on the technical side because we both play basketball, we watch basketball a little different than we do football. Football is the more entertaining thing for us to discuss here on Unfazed because I'm an Eagles fan, you're a Commanders fan. Both our teams, I believe, with the addition of Jaden Daniels, even though he was hurt last season, they was just in the conference finals the year before. My team was just Super Bowl champions. I view it as we're both in the same division, we're both relevant. So this is always a fun thing, and we can't end this episode with this crazy draft that just happened without discussing our draft winners. So I gotta ask you, Joe, before we close out the show, with the NFL draft in conclusion, feel free to touch on whoever you want to touch on. What teams or what team is the biggest NFL draft winner?
I mean, I don't want to be a homer, but,
I think you muted. Yeah, you muted. There you go.
I probably sound weird now. I don't know. I think I know what happened. No,
You
okay,
sound
that
decent
weird.
to me, at least.
I sound regular. There we go.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but I want to give a team that's kind of like an all season, a team that is not in the mix, and a team that's in the mix. All right.
Okay.
Don't be quick with it. So the first team that's not in the mix, I actually like what the Raiders did. Tell you the truth. Now we all know the Mendoza pick. The Mendoza pick is Mendoza or whatnot. But then they got trade on. They got the safety in the second round. The pick I'm really liking is Jamal McCoy. They got him in the fourth round. I did not think that he would drop all the way to the fourth round. I thought that was a big move for them. I also like what Cleveland did, but I'm gonna go with them. But if I was in the mix, I mean, I listen. I told myself I don't think are we the best ones, but I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be a homer. I'm gonna be a homer. I like what we did in the drive. You know what? I like what we did in the drive based on the conversation that we had. We only had 2 picks in the first 4 rounds. Only had 2 picks. So we all know in the first oh my goodness, I'm losing my train of thought. Sonny Styles. We got Sonny Styles in the first round, who is a linebacker, all-ball linebacker, who's very athletic. People are saying he's the most athletic linebacker they ever seen in history. He runs a 4.4. He's 6'5", 230 something. Like the dude is a freak of nature, and he only been playing linebacker for 2 years. That's a big thing right there. And then we got the receiver from is it Tennessee, I think. Tennessee. I don't have the list from right now. The slot receiver from Tennessee, I believe. I forgot his name. Is Tennessee. One of the best route runners in the draft. Shout out to my boy Carl. Got the inside on Carl, CTC. We got help me out, Carl. Clemson. I knew it was Clemson.
There it is.
We also got the running back from Penn State, who's an all-time leader rushing from Penn State. I mean, Adam Peters is dipping dabbing to the draft. We got Joseph. Joseph was from Tennessee, the linebacker. We got Joseph from Tennessee. Now, my boy didn't look too pleased and when he got picked by the Commanders. I don't know why he was looking upset. But what I like about the picks we made is because the depth we created in the linebacker room. Oh, my goodness. I mean, the free agent, we got, 4 different linebackers, and then we drafted 2 linebackers in the draft. And then we had to address the running back room, obviously. AP hit hard last year with Bill, and we added, I think his name Kadrion, I believe. Help me out, Carl, dude from Penn State. So quickly, I'm gonna go with us, but I really like what the Raiders did.
Well, to me, I got a few teams I want to quickly mention. Number one, I like a lot what the Jets did. I like what the Jets did a lot. You went out and you got David Bailey, one of the best edge rushers, if not the best edge rusher in this draft, was your first pick. Then you went and got Kenyon Sadiq, tight end out of Oregon, who is a dog. He looked like he gonna be one of them ones. He looked like he reminds me a lot of Kyle Pitts, but a guy who actually gonna produce. Like Kyle Pitts is a guy that had all this hype, but he just didn't produce. I feel like Sadiq is gonna be a guy that produced. And then I was super high on Omar Cooper
Yeah,
Jr.
they got your boy.
I was super high on Omar Cooper Jr. and they got him at the end of the first round as well. So I really love what they did just in the first round. Those 3 picks right there, if they turn out to be what I think they can be, they could truly set your franchise up right there. So I love what they did in the draft. I also want to give a shout out to Carl's Ravens because I like what they did in the draft as well. They went out and got the guard that they really wanted to get. They got Vega with their first round pick. Because we all know Lamar Jackson wasn't getting no time in that pocket last year, so they had to figure something out on that offensive line. You got some help on the defensive line. Got the edge rusher Zion Young out of Missouri. He's a dog. But my favorite pick of them, and Carl know where I'm going with this, Jacoby Lane in the 3rd round. Ooh. Oh, my good. He's going to be special, Joe. He a guy in this draft, receiver-wise, I think a lot of people slept on, including myself, until literally right before I did my my AJ Spurs special on the NFL draft, and I got to looking at prospects we can get, and he came across my desk from CTC Carl. Oh, my gosh. Jacoby Lane is a guy. I might have reached for him at the end of the first round. I'm not going to lie. He can play. He can really play. He can go. So I love those additions. But like you said, Joe, I gotta be a homer. We see the colors. I mean, we see Philly on my chest. You know what I mean? We just gotta do it. I love what the Philadelphia Eagles did in this draft. Number 1, first things first, Pittsburgh. Yeah, you know, Mekhi Lemon, you know, we next on the clock. We gonna select you right here at number 20. You know what I'm saying? This is, or 21, I think it was. Yeah, we gonna select you at 21. Don't even worry about it. You finna be the next great Pittsburgh Steeler. Click. Hangs up. Howie caught. Hey, Mekhi, forget what them boys just said. You about to come play with the winning squad. Come on, you about to come play with the winning squad, all right? We drafting you. You coming to Philadelphia because we about to get Ajae Brown up out of here, and we need to fill out this wide receiver room. I want to say I am so excited for June 1st. June 1st can't come fast enough. AJ Brown, I appreciate your services. I appreciate the services. I will always remember everything AJ Brown did for this team. But I cannot wait to see Devontae Smith and Mekhi Lemon in that slot going crazy. Oh my goodness. I think it's going to be special. That's for my Eagles. That's my favorite pick of the draft. Then he went out in that second round. I had to do some research on this guy, Eli Stowers, out of Vanderbilt. But bro is a baller too, tight end, play like a big receiver. Now he don't block. That's the one thing I don't like about him. He's not a good blocker. But athleticism jumps off the charts. The hands jump off the charts. He is a big receiver. He's a receiver, honestly, playing the tight end position. So he's a dog. He went out and adjusted the offensive line a little bit by getting Markel Bell. So that was a big time addition. And then in the midst of the 3rd round, while we got Lemon. Okay, we went and got Eli. Okay, we went and got offensive line. You know we need some edge rusher help. What we gonna do about edge? Let me call the Minnesota Vikings real quick.
Yeah,
hey, y'all got Jonathan Gennard. He available? I'm gonna give y'all a couple 3rd round picks. We're gonna take Gennard, and when he signs over here, we're gonna give him an extension and make him happy. And you heard the first call that was made. That first call came from Jay Hurts. Jay Hurts got on the phone. He said, "Hey man, we gonna get you one. We know you ain't had that in Minnesota, wherever else you done played. But over here, we trying to collect them rings. We already got one. I'm gonna get you one." And for what I hear, when Jay Hurts tell his guys he gonna get him one, he followed through. He followed through. That's all. He get his guys one. So I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles are in a great position. AJ's Birds fans, don't worry. I ain't forgot. I've been a little busy. But I plan on recapping this even more in depth and give y'all even more analysis on other stuff that's going on, especially with AJ and all of that. So don't worry, episode coming at y'all soon. But I am so excited about my Eagles this year. I know it's gonna be talk after we trade AJ. I know, and that's the part that excites me the most. I know they're gonna dismiss us the moment AJ ain't on the team no more. Oh, the Eagles ain't nothing. We already the 13th best team in the NFL. The Commanders had a really good draft. The Cowboys, who we didn't mention, also had a
the whole
damn good
NFC East,
draft.
they're good.
The whole NFC East did really well. So I know we gonna be slept on. Some people probably gonna have us coming in, third, maybe even fourth, maybe second. But I can't wait to get back in that underdog role. And the last thing I'm gonna say is this, and I was gonna say this for AJ's burst, but I'm here right now on Unfazed, and I just don't feel like holding nothing back. When I look at the Philadelphia Eagles, Joe, the part I love most about all of this, we got so many guys that are hungry now. We ain't gotta talk about Jalen Hurts the way he's been just slandered all offseason. We know he's coming into this offseason or coming into this season extremely hungry, I guess, to prove himself again. I don't know how that works, but he coming out, he want to prove himself again. Devontae Smith, this is going to be his second year now, besides his rookie year, being the number one option. And I know he's going to want a contract extension soon. So he's going to want to come out and ball out as well. Mekhi, he the young blood. He the rookie. So he going to come in. You know what he want to do. He want to come out and make a name for himself immediately. It just got confirmed today. He's rocking number 9 this season. He wanted Smitty's number, but obviously Smitty ain't going to give him 6. So he said, all right, I'll take 9. Nick Foles, he got the blessing from Nick Foles.
Yeah,
so that's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. So, he want to come out and prove himself as well. This offensive line didn't play well last offseason. So, they're in the trenches talking about how they are hungry to play better. Saquon didn't have a good year last year. So, he's hungry to redeem himself as well. You go to the defensive side of the ball. We just exercised our 5th-year option on Jalen Carter, who wants a big deal, and on Nolan Smith, who wants a big deal. Quinyon and Coop got to get paid at some point. And then we got Reek Willen on a 1-year deal, so he's kind of on a prove-it deal. We got a lot of guys that they want to play well to get paid, and they want to play well to prove who they are. And so, I'm excited for this year, man. I don't know if you can tell, man. I'm geeked for this NFL season. I'm so excited. I just feel like we are built to do this thing again, and to do it again with respects to AJ. To do it without AJ potentially, that put more respect on my quarterback. I'm so ready to be like, hey, so what y'all say about my quarterback? Y'all say he can't do what without AJ? Now look. What did y'all think how we was gonna do? You thought how we was gonna trade AJ without a plan? This same GM that y'all throw all these shots or give all this praise to and say he's the reason why the Eagles are good. But if we trade AJ, all of a sudden we gonna be bad. All of a sudden we ain't gonna be the same thing. You think this same GM not gonna still build? I know the haters was mad when we got Mekhi Lemon. They're like, they gonna trade AJ, but they gonna get Mekhi Lemon. I'm telling you, Joe, it's gonna be a fun year, man. That's my draft day winners, man. I had to. No, I was a little long-winded on that, but I just had to get it off my chest.
It's all good.
I'm excited. I'm so excited, man. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think the whole division did well in the draft. The Cowboys did good. I'm not gonna lie, they did good. The Giants, they first pick. My boy, the receiver. Oh my, I'm drawing blanks right now.
That was their first pick?
No. Malik Neighbors. He ain't like it.
Yeah.
He ain't like it.
They got an edge rusher.
Keep upsetting them.
Yeah.
Bring him home.
Bring him home.
Bring him home. Bring him.
They got Arvell Reese, and then they got the offensive tackle out of Miami.
The 10 pick. Yeah. So, and now, like you said, I like what the Ravens did too. I think the Chargers got a center in the second round, which is good. They need to continue to build on that O-line. But the Browns also had a good draft too.
Yeah.
They got Shador receiver. They continue to address that defense too and that O-line. So good amount of teams won.
Yeah.
But
it's gonna be a fun NFL season. When we get there, we in the midst of the playoffs right now, but when we get to the NFL,
the NFL is king, man.
Man, it is. That's gonna cook this year.
The one thing about the thing about NFL, every fan feel like their team got a chance to at least get to the playoffs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Every fan. Like I'm talking about every fan. Like the Raiders could come out and be like,
"Hey,
you win like 3 games out of 4, you like we can get to the playoffs."
Facts.
In the
Facts.
NBA, you just know like, my team trash, bro. We ain't going nowhere.
Facts. You know about All-Star break, like, yeah, this ain't happening.
This ain't happening,
This
bro.
ain't
Like,
happening.
but when you in the mix, anything can happen in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause it's a short season. That's why.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
But my last words would be shout out to everybody on the Refuse to Lose Sports Network. Shout out to everybody in the R2L community. R2L Day is coming up a little bit over a month. So well, like 2 months basically. All right, a good like 40 days. You know what I mean? We got left to R2L Day. Shout out to everybody that's watching on AJ's channel, Timeout for Timeout. And my Commanders, man, I like what they did in the draft. I like what they did in free agency. They addressed the defense. Sonny Styles was a number one overall player. They number one player in the draft, and they sat there and got him. So that's a big thing. He has although he's a top 10 pick, he still has like a lot of rawness to him. Like he still got a lot to be molded, and he's nowhere near his potential, in my opinion. But like I told Kerry this morning, AP, you still like you on trial. You know, you had a down year last year as a GM. So we gotta see how you bounce back this year. Kings, we in the lottery. They switching up the lottery stuff. I'm glad they doing it next year though, not this year. And so let's get AJ the Banster. My Washington Nationals, we just beat the Mets. We won 2 series in a row. We looking pretty okay good offensively, but the pitching it's getting a little better, but we still have some problems. And I'm enjoying this playoffs. My sleeper team, the 76ers, have forced a game 7. Hold on, how your Wolves doing right now?
They up. They're 57-50 right now.
Okay.
They said, AJ, where's the respect? Like, what you doing? Like,
I'm telling you, I think they're gonna win tonight. So
that'd be crazy if they win tonight. Oh my gosh.
And I won't be on. It's my last time on to this happen. Shout out to my brother Javon and his soon-to-be wife Taniqua. They're getting married tomorrow. I'm gonna get the chairs. Here we go. They're getting married tomorrow night. So I'll be there, witnessing the union, and I'm looking forward to having a good time with the fans.
Yeah, man. First things first. Shout out to him. I was gonna wait. I've been seeing that. I was gonna wait until tomorrow and then hit him up in the chat like, "Yo, congratulations, my guy." That's such an exciting day, man. Hopefully his nerves is in check. I know how I was, man. My nerves was cool, and then when I got to the altar, boy, I was shaking.
And when you saw her,
yeah, tears, bro. so that's just how I go, man. So
Javon gonna cry.
Yeah, for sure. So, but hopefully it's an amazing day, best day ever. You know what I mean? So I'll be definitely reaching out, but. Shout out to everybody from the R2L community watching, everybody on the R2L network watching, everybody watching from Timeout to Full Timeout, my channel, all my AJ Spurs fans that are watching, everybody that's watching on Twitter. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, leave your comments. Even the crazy ones we've been getting some weird bot comments too, man. Somebody, I ain't want to say the name. I don't know if you saw it, but somebody looked like they look like they had my profile picture in there saying some crazy stuff. I had to take a picture. I never had like a.
Oh, for real? I didn't see that.
I gotta show you. Off air, I'm gonna send you because I took a picture before I blocked them. They had my photo with some wild stuff. I'm like, whoa, like what in the world? I might have some weird fan page out here. Who knows, bro? I have no idea what's going on.
That mean you growing, man.
Hopefully. Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, man. Everybody, like I said, man, your boy is coming to R2L Day this year, so pull up. You know what I mean? I need everybody pulling up. It's gonna be a fun weekend. I'm super excited. Joe, I've been talking to him about this off air multiple times. Like, yo, when the draft? We be getting this going out. So I am geeked for that, man. Like, it's R2L Day. NFL season for me right now. The two things that's like I'm geeked for right now. So like I'm ready for that to get here, man. Like I said, Lakers, I'm proud of y'all for getting this far. I'm proud of y'all for being up 3-2 most of the series without AR, all of the series without Luka. It has been impressive, but seal the damn deal. Don't play this game. It's more embarrassing to blow a 3-0 than it is to just go out there and just lose in 5 or in 6 the right way. You know what I mean? So let's just seal the deal. It ain't gonna be easy. They're a confident bunch now, but as long as you take care of the ball, we should be fine. AR, please show up. JJ draw some plays. Bron be Bron. And Eagles, man, I was annoyed with the talk about Jalen Hurts, but now with the way I've been seeing him move, with the reports lately I've been hearing about him saying he's hungry and things of this nature, how I know the offense is gonna shake, and how I see Howie doubling down. AG, you don't want to be here? Okay, let me go get some dogs and get you up out of here. Then I just love what I'm seeing from my team, man. So the Lakers, they got me a little phased, but the Eagles, Howie Roseman, Jay Hurts, they got me feeling unfazed, man.
Unfazed. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.